For the webmasters, and we have understood that in order to submit the sitemap, which is a professional way of adding all the pages of your website into the database of the search engine, you require to first validate your website in the webmasters and then click on sitemap, provide the location of the sitemap file and then submit. Over a period of few days, all your pages will get crawled, which means that all your pages will go into the database of the respective search engine, and you can expect some traffic for your site even without SEO, because you have got unique content. Some keywords will match. Competition is dirt cheap. So just with 1 2 3 marks in SEO for rare keywords, you will be able to perform. Of course, not hundreds of visitors, but maybe 1 2 3 visitors you can expect from search engine post sitemap submission. Once that is done, once the sitemap is submitted, all the pages get indexed. As and how you are doing SEO, you will be able to monitor the performance of it in Webmaster Tools. The main usage of Webmaster Tools is to check how your site is improving in SEO. You may have given your SEO website, a website for which you want to do SEO. You must have given or outsourced to some company, some agency. But what they are working, what is the end result of it? How do you say? We are not going to go into Google and type each of the keyword and see where the ranking was before and how the ranking is improving. That's a very tedious work. 1 2 keywords we can manage. But if hundreds of keywords, day to day we cannot see how the ranking is improving. Because some of the keywords the ranking may be in 7th page, 8th page, 10th page, 20th page. Here in Webmaster Tools it will clearly tell you over a period of time how the ranking is improving, visitors is improving, how the impressions are improving. So that's the main part of the Webmaster Tools. Let's have a look. So I go into google.com/webmastertools. Let me select some website which is active, other account. I've told you that if you have Blogger site, your site is automatically added and verified, but sitemap submission, you got to do it. Sitemaps are auto updated for Blogger and WordPress, while for general site, you got to manually do it. The moment you select your website from the drop down, from the left top corner, you'll be seeing this kind of console. The most important part in this is the performance. Click on open report. Now I want to see in the last 12 months how my site has performed. Remember, this is only the Google result. This does not show about the Yahoo, Bing and all that. For that we have other tool called as analytics. So within Google, how my site is performing, only that I can see in Webmaster Tools. So this is how my site has performed in the last 12 months. Now this dip is because of pandemic. Packers and Moores is nothing but relocation of houses. So during pandemic, when everybody was staying home, very few people must have shifted their homes. 2,424 people have visited my site. 2,65,645 people have seen my site. If 100 people are seeing my site, how many people are clicking my site? That is a CTR. So on an average, if 100 people are seeing my site in Google search results, one of them is clicking on it. Average position for several hundreds of keywords, the average position is 22.5, which means third page, third position. Hope there is no confusion here. I also want to see the ranking report. The orange is the rank, purple is the clicks, and this blue is the visitors. The impressions. So for various keywords, what is my rank, I'll be able to see here. You can even test this. Type this keyword. This is with a, without a, Vijaya Vada. Okay, in, without it. So one has got in, other does not have in. So Vijayawada, Rajamundry, Kurnool, you can search with these keywords to see whether really my page is in the top 10. This is a ranking position. It shows till top 1000 rank. You can check at any end. This is where it is. Okay. Vijayawada, it is little bottom, near 9, 10, here. 8th position. Kurnool. So you got to ignore this, huh? These are all ads. So the numbering starts from here. Organic results. 1, 2, likewise. Second position. So as and how the SEO is improving, the stats will improve. The graph will be trending upwards. What you need to see is compare how the performance has been over the various time period. Now here, I can see the ranking. I can see the impression clicks for each keyword and even page wise, which are all the pages which is getting me maximum traffic. Each of this screen can be exported in Excel sheet. You can download all these reports in the Excel sheet. While that you are working on SEO for any of your client site, or you have given your website for others, you have the right to ask for these reports. In fact, they can even add as a user. You can get a read only account in case you want to check all this at your end. We'll see how to add the users. But this is what is the most important thing in the entire business of SEO. Everything has to reflect here. This is what every person who owns a website wants to see, that the graphs is all trending upwards. SEO is a continuous process, never ending. Till you are satisfied with the visitors flow, you have to keep on doing it. There are millions and billions of keywords. There is no end to it. I want to see, let's say, not page wise but query wise. Though there are only selected queries for which we are doing SEO. Same may be the case even for your own website. But automatically for several hundreds of keywords, your site will be showing up. If I am doing for, let's say, Packers and Moors in Vijayawada, then even for Packers and Moors Vijayawada, Packers Movers Vijayawada, Packers and Movers near Vijayawada, like that there will be several branches of keyword. For that group of keyword, you will be automatically ranking on top if the competition is very less. We are only targeting selected 15-20 keywords, but for more than 1000 keywords you rank on top. But Google provides you the report only till 1000. Only the top 1000 keywords for which your site has got maximum impressions, that will be there in this list. Though there could be more than even 10,000 keywords. Wikipedia may be ranking on top for several billions of keywords. Even in his webmaster's account, it is going to be top 1000. The tool is same irrespective of the size of the website, irrespective of the number of the visitors. The rule remains same for everybody. You can even see the next set of keywords. Keywords which are there all in the top 10 for all these keywords. So even Bellary. But we are aiming to rank on top for tier 2 cities. Metro cities, very difficult, good competition. We are coming in the 3rd, 4th, 5th page. Bokaro, Gaya, these are all tier 3 cities. This is Metro City, 6th position, 6th page. Tier 2, 6th page. Goes on, the list goes on. Better that you download in the Excel sheet all the keywords, you can have a view in a single screen. Now, from which countries am I getting the visitors? From which devices am I getting it? We'll see this in more detailed form in analytics. So right now our focus, let's say, is only on the keywords and the performance. I go back to the first set of results. You can even select here the number of results per page. Though we have not done SEO for all these keywords, but on page, while publishing the page itself, every point is taken care of. So you may be targeting selected 10-20 keywords, but for hundreds of keywords, your pages are going to show up in the top 10 rank. Now, I want to always compare how the performance is improving over 1 month or 3 months or 6 months. That is what is important. That is what will tell you how the SEO is improving in your site. Compare. You have to click here on the right side. Apply. Now from this 6 months to 6 months back from there. That means in the last 6 months, my average position has improved from 25.5 to 19.8. This entire 12-month record. So it has been divided into two. The latest 6 months is what is shown here, the top line. And the previous 6 months to it is here. So the number of clicks have improved. The latest 6 months has got more clicks than the previous 6 months. So is the impressions and even the position. This is what is the validation that SEO is being done. SEO is improving. The position from 25.5 has moved to 19.8. To say it may be only 6 number, but a lot of hard work is done for it. Maybe in another 6 months it will be like 16. So as and how the SEO marks are pumped in, the ranking will be slowly and gradually pushing on the top. The average position will be improving. CTR 1% has gone to 0.9%. That's not a big difference. But impressions, clicks, and overall SEO seems to be improving here. These reports also can be downloaded, comparison reports. So this is the most important segment in Webmasters. Let's see the other options what we have got. URL inspection. Any particular page you want to see. Let's say I want to see Hyderabad.html. Whether the page got indexed. So this URL is on Google. If it is, let's say cross, it means that either the page has got some issue or maybe you haven't submitted that page in the sitemap. Here it says index but not submitted in sitemap. It is submitted in sitemap, but later the sitemap was changed. That's why it may be showing up like this, but all the URLs are listed in the sitemap. Okay, pages are there and it is through sitemap. Maybe that if you delete the sitemap and come up with a new sitemap file for some short time period, it may show as not present in sitemap, but it is there. Better check it manually. Whether the page is mobile friendly or not, this we have already discussed. Very, very important point. Review snippets. Each search result is called as a snippet. So whether the page got successfully crawled, 10 valid items detected in my page. If you see, each of this box is like a section. This is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. In this page it is 12. For some pages it is 8. For some pages it is 10. For Hyderabad it is 10. You can see how the page got crawled. This is the code what search engines have read. This is a screenshot of it. It is not going to be the design. Design is only to make your page lucrative to the visitors. But how the search engine sees your page, you'll get a snapshot here. In case Google is not able to read the page properly, he would throw an error. By this, you would be able to understand that somewhere you are actually done mistake in the on page. taking a lot of time. This is the way the page is seen. Each section. Now, there are so many sections are there. Each of them you can see. Each of this section is like the search within that page, each box. So how does Google crawl this rating, value, review, count? This is all structured snippet which we'll talk about later. But this is what is in the view of the search engines. Then you'll be able to see whether the page is mobile friendly. Okay, so that is with the URL inspection. So better check each of the page after the sitemap is submitted. If you are not doing SEO for all the pages, at least whichever are important, just make sure that all this is green. If at all there is any issue, that issue will be mentioned, you got to rectify it. Maybe the page is not mobile friendly, maybe all the snippets are not able to be reviewed. Okay, so that error will be mentioned and you got to work on that. Coverage. Have I got any errors for any page in my website? While Google has crawled your site, any issues he finds, he'll be throwing up here. So this has to be 0. This has to be 0. Any warning, any errors, nothing. Valid pages are 81. This is good. You can in fact see those pages. Let me see where it shows. Yeah, these are all the pages which does not have any issue. So you got to make sure this number is nothing but the number of pages in your website. Number of URLs in your sitemap rather. So maybe group of posts will be coming in a category page. So it will show one extra URL, category URL. So only tally this number with the sitemap URL. It can be more, but it should not be less. How many URLs are there in the sitemap? It has to be either equivalent to it or more than that. How many pages has been excluded? Why they have been excluded later we'll understand. But some pages have been excluded in 404, some are excluded in not found, some are excluded, some are not allowed for crawling. Some are the alternative pages which is given through canonical. All this will be understanding later. Robots.txt. This topic will also come. But for now understand that there are 29 pages which have not gone into the search engine, which I do not want to go them also into the search engine. Reason we'll see later. But 81 pages are the one which I want each of this page for which at least on page of SEO is done. And I want to get my pages on the top rank for these 81 valid pages. Sitemap we have seen yesterday. Removals. There's something called as negative SEO. This topic will also come in future. But right now, if you do not want any page to be shown in the search engine, maybe it's a confidential page, you want it only in your private network. Let's say that online class notes, my YouTube URL, if I'm uploading those things in my website, maybe meant only for the students whom I give ID password. So I don't want those pages to go into the search engines. Maybe homepage, internal pages I want, but specific video URLs or my class notes which I've uploaded online, I do not want anybody to even know that I have a URL like that. If they search in Google Sanjay Technologies class notes, then they can easily make out. Because my page will be ranking on top because that page got indexed. Then they'll get to know that the entire material is hidden here. But if you don't want that page to appear in the search engine, then go to removals, click on new request and give that URL, page address which you want to remove. Either you can give specific URL or you can give set of URLs which are starting with. So seosanjay.com/notes. So all the pages starting with notes will get blocked. That is how this will work. Clear cached URL. Whatever the page that Google has indexed, if you want to erase that, This is used in case you have updated a page. Today I have got a page, internal page, where I have changed the entire proform of the page. Entire content is changed. But in Google still it will be the old content. Google is going to reindex that page, but that may be a slow process. You do not want that old content to be displayed. Click on clear cache, enter that particular URL. So Google is going to clear whatever that it has got in the database, and then it is going to reindex to take the fresh content. Remember one point, this is not mandatory. Even if you do not do it, Google will automatically reindex, but that may be a slow process. If you do this, it is a faster process. You are informing Google that I am ready with my new content. And even otherwise, search engines will crawl pages with a frequency depending upon how frequently the content is updated in your website. So that is anyway an automatic process, but this you can expedite it. Then core web vitals. Okay, outdated content, safe search filtering. So in case Google has found any kind of issues with outdated content or something which is not safe for child and all that, it will be showing up here, but no such thing has been found. How my pages are with regard to the user screen, whether my page is mobile friendly or not. Zero poor URLs, zero URLs need improvement, zero good URLs. So there is no issue at all found with any pages in terms of a mobile view. So zero good URLs means my pages are not only dedicated for mobile, it is a responsive theme, works in the web version as well as in the mobile version. But you have a page which is only dedicated for mobile view, it will be shown up here as good URLs. Mobile usability. So zero issues found, all the 40 pages are valid pages. Again, you can click on it to see each of this valid page. This is done through AMP, application program, accelerated mobile pages. So you got to write a special code in order to make your page mobile friendly. So because we did not have any in-house developers for some 40 cities for which we are targeting at the initial stages to do SEO, we have got the AMP done by paying a price for it. Now once that the results are there, the other 40 cities also we are planning to give. Nowadays most of the themes have got an inbuilt AMP. AMP is nothing but accelerated mobile pages. The pages will get loaded very fast in mobile, and the page will become mobile friendly by adjusting the components automatically according to the screen size. So while that you are searching for the theme, you can even search like this: mobile friendly AMP themes WordPress, mobile friendly AMP themes Blogger. Review each of the component of your page. Like I've shown you the 10 sections in the page. Any issue with any of them will be shown here. All the 346 are valid. We are going to learn about structure snippet. There you will see if there is any error with any of the pages and all, it will be shown up here. Now this is to do with the code, structure snippet code. So 3 errors have been found. Minor errors, maybe syntax errors. Let's see. Okay, error is that this floor bracket is missing. So when I click on it, it will show me the code where it is missing. These are the 3 pages where the problem is found. I click on this. See here. So this is something technical which you'll have to tell your developers or coders to rectify these errors. So maybe this flower bracket and all somewhere. At this particular section there is a flower bracket missing. Everywhere the same mistake. whether it is added or removed, that we have to find out from the developer. But make sure like that no such errors have to be found. Once the error is rectified, click on validate fix. Okay. We'll understand some of these features later when I talk about canonical and all. Next important thing here is international targeting. If you want to target in a specific search engine of Google, which is dedicated for a country, you can choose a country here. By default, a site will be in competition with all the sites globally. But you may want to target only a specific country visitors. Then you can come here and select the country. Now for packers and movers, I've selected as India, because the searches are going to happen for within India. Now it's always better that if you are expecting concentrated visitors from a country, better select the country here. You get priority to rank on top. Now question is, what is the difference between meta geotag and this country? Meta geotag will only check the IP address. In meta geotag, we can even give area, pin code, city, country, state. Here only country can be given, and IP address is not checked. What is the Google website address is checked while emphasizing on the country here. Meaning in google.co.in, I'll be preferred to rank on top. But then in meta geotag, it is not that it is targeting any search engine. It is targeting the IP address of the user. Whether google.co.in or google.com, meta geotag will be considered. But to select a country here, the local search engine of Google will be considered in order to give priority for your page to perform. So in case you are expecting visitors to come from a single country, like say for Redbus, he is expecting the visitors only from India, then he can select the country here. But I am writing something about coronavirus vaccine, I should not be selecting any country. By default it is no selection. That means your competition is at global level. Any specific language visitors you are targeting, you can select that. Especially if you have created any website in a local language, then it will show up here. Websites can be created not only in English but in local languages also. Automatically those languages will get detected through the Ahref lang tags which comes in HTML. So do you want to target only those local people? A lot of people must have set in their browser a local language. So only when there is a match, your pages will be given the priority to rank on top. Otherwise, as such, it is ordinary, competing with the English content pages. The second most important section here is links. The other options we'll see later. Now, this is what is the off page. I told you SEO is all about on page and off page. So in off page, for which page, how many marks have I got is all shown here. Altogether, my score in off page is 1347. And this 1347 is according to the pages which is shown here in the table. Each of the page I told you we need to separately work on SEO. There's no shortcut. Every page you got to struggle hard for SEO. So these are the top targeted pages in terms of off page, no on page here, only off page. Now from where am I getting the points is shown here. For which topics am I getting the points is shown here. So once I begin with the off page, then this report will be more clear, but just have a look at it. Like this list of sites is what we'll be working on in the off page. So some of the sites you'll be able to remember when I talk about off page. We are going to see this report once again after we have done with the off page to see if there are some sites matching. So just remember this: reddit.com, about.me, the sites we are going to come across very soon. academia.edu. Okay, remember all these sites. Again, .edu. Popular directory.biz. Okay, keep a note of all this. Piratedirectory.org. All this can be downloaded. So when the off-page work is being done, this number should increase. Numbers are not increasing, but the company says that he claims that a lot of SEO has been done. He's faking out. Very clear. You can straight away ask him why aren't the numbers increasing then if you are doing off-page. B4business.com, blogspot.in, edu again, indiacomplaints.com. Some of these sites we are going to come across after a few days. Okay, so for now, these are the important things. Once off page is done, we'll see the remaining options as well. So overall, Webmaster Tools is going to show you whether SEO stats are improving for your page or not, and in case of errors, what are the errors, you'll be able to monitor them through here. Otherwise, you never know whether your site has got any issue or not. In fact, if you have got some severe issues with your website, you'll be getting the pop-up the moment you log in. Several issues have been found due to algo updates that traffic has collapsed, why it has collapsed, why the site is going into spam, plagiarism issue, or speed issues. So this will be like a communication from Google to you regarding your website. So it's a must tool. Without this tool, first of all, you can't submit the sitemap at all. You cannot submit all the pages. Straight away you can log in using Gmail account. Only post sitemap submission after few days, these reports will open up. You'll have to have patience to view the reports. Now moving on to another tool called as Google Analytics. What is the difference between Webmasters and Analytics? Webmaster Tools is meant for monitoring the SEO, while Analytics tool is meant for monitoring the traffic. Doesn't both mean the same? No, doesn't. There are several ways to drive traffic to your website, where SEO is one segment of it. You can get visitors even through SEM. You can get visitors even through other search engines. You can get visitors even through social media optimization, social media marketing, SMO, SMM. Google Analytics is like an all-in-one tool to track visitors from all the sources. Webmasters is only confined to the Google search engine, but Analytics is going to show you the visitors coming from various sources, maybe YouTube, maybe your links posted in some general website, yellow pages, or maybe social media sites, maybe Google organic results, maybe inorganic, maybe Bing, maybe Yahoo, maybe direct. Some people may directly enter your website address in the browser. So Analytics is going to track every single visitor and provides a detailed information of this visitor, like how much of time he has spent, what he has seen, from where he has come, what is his browser, who is an internet service provider to him, what is his screen resolution, what is the flash version he is using, is he male or female, what is his age, what is his area of interest, has he visited before, is it the first time he is visiting, how much time he has spent, from which location he has come. Likewise, there are 55 details for every visitor which is being caught in the Google Analytics. So this tool is meant for advertisements. If you are opting for a private advertisement, then this tool is meant for it. Example, say demographic. I may be having a product like Gillette India where I want to target young males, shaving blades, men grooming products, a trimmer, let's say Philips trimmer. Apart from advertising in Google, I want to directly tie up with some of the websites with a private ad. just like how in television channel the ads run. So some site abc.com claims that he is getting 90% male visitors because he has got a site on cricket and a lot of people visit the site who are generally male. But how do I know what he says is right or wrong? I can just ask him for, please share me your Google Analytics report. There it will clearly show you how many male, how many female are visiting the website. So I can target my ad specific to gender, specific to location. And so many options are there for you. Without taking Google in between, directly you want to deal with the website, then the analytics report is going to help you in a long way. So this is not an SEO tool, it's a digital marketing tool. Let's see what this tool shows up. So for this, you got to go to analytics.google.com. Straight away you can log in using your Gmail account. Okay, here the users part I need to show you. How to add users. Under the settings, if you scroll down, you'll find this gear icon. Click on that. Here you have the users and permission. Click on this and you can add user. You can assign them permission. Full means read and write, both of them. They can add the site, they can verify the website, they can delete the website. They can do all the changes that we are seeing just now. But if you give restricted, it's only like read only. They can't do any changes, but they can only see what is happening. They can read the data. They cannot even download the reports. They cannot add the site, they cannot remove the site. All the buttons will be disabled where action is to be made. But view links and all will be working. They cannot add users. They won't get lot of options, that will get disabled automatically. Wherever the data is to be projected, those options will only open up if you give as restricted. You can give as many email IDs as possible separated by comma here. So let's say that if I'm bidding on SEO for any project, I can tell them in the webmasters, kindly add me as a user, so that even I know whether the work that I'm doing is being reflected here or not. We can't ask them their credentials. No one would want to give that. So that's the reason why there's an option to add restricted users. Now Google Analytics. Let me again go into the active account. Okay, so birthday wishes site. Performance is here. I want to see the performance from the last 2 years, let's say. November 2018 till February. This is how my visitors are. Okay. There's a sudden dip here because I changed the hosting account, and even then the traffic has fallen down. My site was attacked by the hackers. So a lot of pages have got deleted. It's slowly coming back to normalcy. So on an average, I'm getting around 150 to 200 visitors. Okay. So now this is only the unique visitors stats. You may open the website and continuously refresh it. It's not going to count you. It is only going to count the new visitors who have come, let's say, who has made a maiden visit, who hasn't visited your site before. Every day I might be opening my website. He is not going to show that at all. Only once he counts me till 45 days. Tomorrow I open, it will show 0 visitors. But logically there is 1 visitor, but because it is the same visitor, it doesn't show up. So though it may show here as 100, but maybe you are getting 300, 400 visitors. Some 300 might have already visited your site before. He is not going to count them. So overall, 1,88,153 new users have come into my website. 1,87,354 are just the users. What is the difference between these users and new users? Remember here, users in terms of a tool or like analytics is nothing but the devices. So these are the devices from 1,87,000 different devices, computer, mobile, tablet. People have visited my website, but some of these people may be using multiple devices. Through the profile, logged in profile, Google can make out that the same person has opened PackMoveFast from two different devices. So that difference is nothing but common devices. Hope you have got the point. So 1,88,000 minus, let's say, 1,000. So there are some 1,000 profiles. These are the number of profiles who have visited my site. These are the number of devices from where I've got the visitors. So users is nothing but devices for them. And new users is nothing but the number of profiles, unique profiles. If a person has made a visit again in my website, then that will be counted as session. That is treated as a session. Today that I've opened my website, he is going to count me as a new visitor. He is going to count me as a user because first time I've visited from a device. No one has visited from that device before. After 45 days, again I make a visit. Neither here the number will increase, nor here the number will increase, but here it is going to increase. So if a user makes a comeback, then it will be counted in the session. This pie chart will tell you how many people are coming back to your website. That green area is very, very important for a website. Everybody's dream is to see this pie chart entirely covered with greenery. Imagine how this pie chart would be for Facebook, for Google, for all the famous websites. It will be 99% green, which means that in those sites, 99% of the visitors are the existing visitors. More the green coverage area, more is the goodwill of your website, more valuation you would get. When you put up any website for sale, outright, only through webmasters and analytics, they can make out what should be the costing for the website. The deal price will be based on this kind of data. So more the green coverage area, premium valuation you can expect for your website. That means customers are just loving your website. They want to make a visit again. Unfortunately, this is a very less number, 8%. But for blog, it is going to be like this. Person who has come to take some birthday quotation, share with their friends, may not remember my site again in future. It's not like Facebook where every day I come and do update. They searched in Google, they want a quotation, they have come, they have taken it, they have gone away, they have forgot my website. Again, if they are coming it, maybe they are searching Google again. That is how it is. Otherwise, it should be logically only 1-2% visitors, returning visitors. So also depends upon the concept of your site. You have got some site where regularly people should come to see new information, then definitely the green coverage area will be more. On an average, a user is coming back to my site. That means on an average of 100 people, 12 people are coming to my site again after 45 days, making a revisit. So that is what is counted as a session. Every day, if 100 people are visiting my site, 8 of them are like the maiden visitors, and 12 of them are the ones who have already visited before. Likewise. 2,48,000. Sorry, my previous statement I made a mistake. If 100 people are visiting my website, 88 of them are first time visitors, 12 of them are the ones who have already visited before. 2,48,000 page views. A user may be seeing one page, some second user may be seeing 4 pages. So altogether, 2,48,000 pages have been seen by so many users. Means on an average, user is seeing 1.19 pages in my site. which means that if 100 people have visited my site, altogether 119 pages have been seen. Honestly speaking, this figure is very bad. They should be like minimum 1.5, 1.6, 1.7. More the number, better is your website. But the average session by the user is good. This 40 seconds is reasonable. It is more than average. So users are spending time, so I'm not worried about this figure. Now, why the reason this figure is less? Because my page is pretty straightforward. First birthday quotation, second birthday quotation. I have a dedicated page for it. So someone who is interested in 15th birthday wishes neither will go to 14th nor will go to 16th. So whatever he has to get in that page. That is why they are not going to multiple pages in my website. That is why this figure is bad, but they are reading the quotations, they are able to understand, they are sharing it, which is evident from the number social buttons, and as well as by this figure. Otherwise, they would not have spent 40 seconds. So this is not a problem. But when both these figures are bad, then there is something that you need to work out with. Because I told you in advertisement, first class, you may make anywhere between 3 rupees to 300 rupees. How does Google decide whether 300 rupees ad should be thrown in this site, or 30 rupees or 300 rupees? All depends upon your website stats. Bounce rate, very important. A lot of times in interview they ask this question. Bounce rate is on an average of 100 people visiting your website, what percentage of people are single page viewers, or people who are not viewing multiple pages? Figure is again very bad, but the reason is same. What I have told you the reason here. On an average of 100 people visiting my website, only 12 of them have the patience to go to the next page. 88 of them are only single page viewers. For no site in the world, the bounce rate is 0%. A bounce rate of less than 50% itself is considered to be the best. Google itself has got a bounce rate of 28%. So any bounce rate less than 40 is amazing site. Single digit bounce rate I haven't seen. So a bounce rate of 30, 40 is considered to be top of the top side. But at least aim at a bounce rate of 50%. 50-60% is okay. But then if your concept is like that, where you are having dedicated pages according to the user's need, then maybe these figures will be bad, but you need not worry. At least this should be good. Out of these three, any one figure should be good. If this is good, then automatically this will also be good. But if pages are also not seen, users are not spending time as well, that means there's a mismatch. The expectations of the person, you're not able to match to it. You got to improve on the content. You got to make it attractive. You got to make it more user friendly. This is what is shown up in the numbers. How much ever you may talk about that your site is this and that, but everything has to reflect here. This is the proof. This is the stamp from the public. This is what I give to your website. Now, language specific, people who are visiting from various languages, you can see percentage form. You can see the visitors in demographic, like what is the language they visit, from which country am I getting it, from which city am I getting it. So I've got more visitors from America than India, because I'm targeting global visitors for birthday wishes. This is not pack more fast. So almost the entire world is covered, except for few countries here and there. I don't know why in these countries I haven't got. Maybe Greenland's some net connectivity issue and all, or Google may not be there. But anyway, site is there even in other search engines. But 2-3 countries, no visitors at all. Reason unknown. But almost otherwise, entire world is covered. 219 countries. See here. Again, all these screens what we are seeing are downloadable. You have the export option. In various formats, you can download the data. Every month on month, we send the screenshots. We send these files to the client saying that this is what it is. After 1 month, this is what it is. When SEO is done, the numbers will improve. Whatever you are comfortable with, tabular form, pie chart, bar chart, you can view these reports. Now let's say in tabular form itself, I know that I've got so many visitors from America, but from which states, from which cities, you can see even that. You can click here. It will show you only within America how you have got the visitors. Darker the area, more the visitors you have got. You can see even city wise. Again, for each location, what is the session, new users, bounce rate, everything. How much deep you want to go, all those reports are available here. Google is working out artificial intelligence in the search box. You can type your custom code just like you say Alexa, switch on the TV and all that. You can just mention here what percentage of visitors from America compared to world. It will try to answer it. May not always be right. May not always recognize the question. How my stats have improved week on week, month on month, quarter on quarter. You can try some of the questions here. New York. Not set means miscellaneous where Google could not detect location. Now look at this 5,923 locations only from America. So that is the power of SEO. You have covered every corner of the world sitting on table and chair. Just working from a single location, you have got exposed to the world. If your concept is something like that, then website is a medium for it to reach out to the world. That is where the SEO importance is. And then you have here, see as such analytics is 1 month course. But that course is meant for the people who are running an e-commerce site. Because the advanced options of analytics has got all this. So, product performance report. Whatever is required for us in SEO, we are only taking up those options. And you require technical knowledge of XML in order to work with these options, where you can see each product how it is performing, so that you get to know that for Hyderabad this product is doing well, for say entire state of Maharashtra this product is doing well, transactions what have been done, time to purchase, in which time, peak time the sales are maximum. So it's entirely every detail what would be required for an e-commerce site will be shown up here. But that's an extensive study for which you require advanced XML knowledge. Nothing but you just communicate. Your server communicates with the Google server through XML programming, through API programming. For us, these are all the relevant options. I want to see in demographic. Okay, we'll go back here. I want to see the browser. As I told you, this is a digital marketing tool, not meant for SEO. So by looking at this tool, by looking at these details, I can decide that my ad should be clearly noticeable in Chrome. A lot of times what will happen is you have designed an ad, but in some browsers it may not be working well. So if it is not working well in these browsers where least traffic is coming, you can ignore it. You can have a design which is more compliant to these browsers, because that is where the traffic is. In case you are interested in a private ad. Operating system. What's the operating system a general person uses? How would this be useful? If iOS wants to target Android users, he'll be interested in displaying ad into that kind of site where 90% people are Android users. Maybe Android community, troubleshooting Android applications type of website. Rival marketing. This is going to be very useful. In digital marketing, I told you the success, the important point, the unique features are that you can do rival marketing. Windows can target visitors of Android. There may be a site where only 90% people are the Android users. iPhone would take an advantage of displaying its ad into that site. Likewise, service provider, internet service provider, by this way also, rival marketing. Now let's say Airtel wants to do some private advertisement and he sees that your site 80% people are Reliance Jio users. He'll be interested in a private ad in your site. What's the point in displaying ad to show it to his own customers? He would want to show it to the competitors. Likewise for mobile also you can see. Okay, all these features. You have here the demographic. You want to see the age of the people who are visiting your website. What's the general age group, male or female? I told you, like say cosmetics, they may want to target female. Then men grooming, they want to target men. Area of interest, so this is generally diversified traffic what I'm getting. But you see that 80% people are from the sports category. Then maybe an advertiser who is offering sports products online may want to display ad in your site. You're getting 80% traffic where people love to see, watch movies, entertainment. Then maybe a film producer may want to be interested in displaying ad in your site. They get a targeted audience here. The most interesting feature which may come up in the near future is the User Explorer. This is going to be a game changer, guys. In User Explorer, it is not working for India still. Some countries have allowed it. Indian government has not yet given the permission because this is against data privacy. But maybe Google is working out on it. One fine day when government allows Google to make the user details public, then you'll be stunned by the reports what you see in User Explorer. What is this? First of all, how does Google get to know what is the age, gender, area of interest? All through browsing history. The user may be using Android mobile, he may be using Chrome, he must have visited Facebook or Google in the browsing history. So through his profile, he can make out who the person is. If he is not using any of those services, then he is not sure. That's why he is giving in percentage form, he is not giving in number form. That so many males have come, so many female have come. Now here, User Explorer, every person footprint is noted here. Whether you believe it or not, his picture, his mobile number, his email ID, everything would show up like a KYC document. These are like unique IDs of each person who has visited my site. He shows only top 10,000, but there are more than that. All this can be downloaded, imagine. Now imagine for each visitor you can click and see who he is. When he has come, how he has come. Direct means who has visited directly. So he has come from mobile. He has spent so much of time. He has seen so many of pages. In fact, his picture would also be shown up if government allows it. Have you generated any revenue from him? How does Google get to know the revenue? Through tracking tools which we'll discuss in SEM. So there will be unique ID assigned for each person. All this can be exported. So imagine if I am able to see his picture, I am able to get his mobile number, email ID. I would not require inquiry form in my website at all. Today, instead of sending SMS to 1,000 people, I will be able to send it to 10,000 people. Because I have 10,000 people mobile number with me, who are the ones who have once shown interest in my website. So 10 times more admissions. So this can be a game changer, especially for online businesses. Now whether government will allow or not, that's a different thing. Because what Google says here is that I am only going to show the data of the person who has shown interest in that website, is not going to sell this database to others. So by that way, Google has got an edge. It's got an advantage, but time will tell us whether this will really show up or not. But if it shows up, it is going to be really beneficial. SEO will get huge importance. There will be a big boom of digital marketing. And inquiry form will be a thing of history there. No one has got patience to fill the form. But they have shown interest, we have captured them. So all this is what you'll be able to see in the analytics only once you have added and verified the website in analytics separately. As such, your site will not come here. You got to add and verify the website. Let's see the process quickly. Go into the admin section. Here click on create account. Account is like folder name here. Under a single account, you can add multiple websites. Example, my list of websites 2021. This is the folder name. Now I give the property name. Property name is the like the website name. So my first website, let's say, is Shoes Shopping India. INR. Next, you can select the category. What's the size of the employees and all. Anything randomly you can select. This is only for the feedback. Create. You got to accept the term, select the country here. I want to. Even for mobile app also you can use the analytics to see how many people have installed the app, to monitor them. I go for website. So what is my site address I need to mention here? Let's say www.shoesshopping.com, and I give the name as Shoes Shopping. I click on create stream. Now I need to copy paste the code. He has shown the tagging, he has changed the design. Just hold on. It has to show a tracking code. Okay, here. So this is the code that you need to place it in every web page. So copy this code and place it in the head section of every page of your website which you want to track. If you put only selected pages, then only those selected pages traffic will be able to be tracked. Generally, when a site has got some millions of pages, what they do is they create a function and they call that function through library in every page. Because tomorrow if I change my analytics account, I'll be getting a new code. Again, I can't go back to all those particular pages and place the new code. So just I replace this code in the function, because the same function is called everywhere. Automatically every page will get tracked. So this is the way, and you need not save anything here. It's automatically saved. There you got to save where you are placing the code. We have already seen where we have placed the title tag, meta description, meta keyword, same place. Where we have placed the meta geo tag, same place. If you remove this code in future, the traffic will suddenly show as 0. Doesn't mean that you are not getting visitors, but Google is not able to track them. So every time you change the theme, again you'll have to place the code. In future, you want to, let's say, use this code again. You can just come and click on add stream. It will be like this. After you have logged in into analytics, click on that list of websites. You'll be finding the properties here. You can select the property. Property like a website, this is like a folder. You can add more property. Second website. Okay, like this. But let's say that this same property, I want to have the tracking code. Property settings. There has to be tracking code somewhere. Okay, but anyway, if you want to delete it, this is the way. I'll find out where that code is. In case you want to delete this property, move property to trash can. You want to add another website, create new property. Like this, you'll be able to add second website. The same way how we have done for the first one. You want to add more users, same like the analytics, sorry, the webmasters. Click on plus, add users, give the email IDs, what and all role you want to give them. Do they have an option to edit the properties, add new website and all that? No means let it be deselected. Only read report, this one. Always give only read report. Otherwise they might even delete your website from the analytics. They may add some different sites. Always give access to read only. Any new account you want to create, you want to delete the entire account settings, move to trash can. Alright. In case you have changed the theme, you want to get the tracking code again, that part we have to see. So okay, here. I've already added my pack more fast in other accounts, so I'm just giving pack more fast 1, 2, 3. So like this, you'll be able to access the tag again. So you need not copy and store it anywhere. In case you have changed the theme, again go back and do the same thing. Click on property and go to data streams. For each of this property, you have a different data stream. This is a way you can access to the code again. I want to move this into trash can. So what all websites are there in this account, all of them have gone. Okay. So this is the way. Okay, here we have it, tracking info. So once that you have selected the website here, let's say that I want the tracking code of birthday wishes 99. In this folder, I have this website. I can directly click here and get the tracking code. Okay, like this also you can access it. So hope this tool is also clear. So with this, I end the session. Sorry for taking little extra time on weekend. So we are meeting again on Monday and we are going to begin with the off-page optimization, the core part in SEO.